Hey everyone, thank you so much for checking this out. I'm going to be sharing with you about our fall trending looks for the different skin tones today. So if you're a part of our event that we did in November and you have your packet, you were not able to join us or your packet didn't get there, this is going to be a perfect video for you to watch and learn what to do with that packet if you have not played with it yet. And if you were not, that is okay. I hope you stick around, learn some different tips, tricks, and different things that I'll be sharing in this video. So thank you so much for checking it out. And Heidi, thank you so much for having me be able to pop on with everyone and now be able to do it through this video also too. So you can watch it at any time and learn what to do. So really quick, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Vicki Thomas. I'm a sales director with Mary Kay. I've been with Mary Kay for 25 years. Crazy. I was 2 when I joined. I live in Marseilles, Illinois with my husband. We have 2 kids. Our son is 18 and our daughter is 16. So yes, they are teenagers. It's a fun stage for sure. So I'm excited though to bring to you and show you exactly what to do. So if you got your little packet, you probably have a sheet that looks similar to these. You have some samples. And then you have a color look card that looks like this. Now, if you do not have these and you're checking out this video and you would want some, oh my goodness, for sure, let me know. We would love to get them to you so you can play along with this video. Okay, so the first thing that I am going to go ahead and do is, and I'm only going to do half of my face, so it will be a quick video. I know what it's like. You don't want to sit and watch a video forever, for sure. So anything or any questions you have, please feel free to reach out to me. I am also in the group, so you can go ahead and message me, you can text me, you can get my number and stuff from Heidi for sure. You can search for me on Facebook also too. So the first thing that we're going to do, my face is all prepared. You can see I have lots of different discolorations within my skin. It's so fun. But we are going to start with our foundation primer. So if you got the sample, it looks like this. It's a great product. It does have SPF 15 in it. It doesn't do anything for color, but it fills in, it's all texture. It's going to help keep your product on longer. It's going to help with shine. It's going to, oh my goodness, feel amazing on for sure. And it helps the wear. It's amazing product. People love it. So this is the full size. I am just going to squirt a little bit out and we're going to go ahead and apply it all over our face. Rub it in, start in the middle and work outward. It turns literally to like a powder on your face. It feels amazing. Okay. Now, while we let that dry, one of the things though with the primer is if you put moisturizer on, you do want to make sure it's dry before you apply this. Otherwise it will feel like it rolls right off. So while this is drying, we're going to work on our eyes first. And the reason we do our eyes first is because any foliage, anything that happens, we can clean that up. It's not going to sit on our makeup. It's not going to show in photos. It's not going to make our eyes look discolored underneath. So we're going to start with our eyes first. And I don't know if you just go ahead and pop your eyeshadow on and you're like, oh, it doesn't really look that great today. It's, maybe one day it looks better than the other. And so I'm going to show you a trick that you can do underneath your eye color that's going to help the wear of it, but also is going to help really pop your eye color. But before we jump into eye color, you may be thinking, what colors do I wear? Like my little color card doesn't look quite like this one. It may be a little bit different. And that is because we all have, we have different tones, obviously. We have different, hair color and skin tone and undertones and all of that. And so you may be more of a warm or more of a cool person. And how do you know that? There's like different things out there that they say, but one of the easiest ways is to know, first of all, do you look better? Not that you like, but do you look better in like silver jewelry? Or does it kind of wash a little bit? And do you look better, or do you look better in like gold jewelry? So it's just kind of fun to be able to see that. Sometimes I tend to gravitate towards silver, but I actually look better. It gives me a warmer, just a more live, like, I don't know, like warmer live look basically, versus silver. But I really do have a lot of clothes in this and jewelry. So crazy. So just to kind of know that, and some people can kind of go both ways. Not that you have to be everything warm and everything cool. You can intermix some things. You can intermix different colors for makeup, different clothes, all different things in order to just bring out the best of your tones. So you can sometimes add a warmer or cool piece in or some colors. It doesn't mean you have to be always warm and always cool. It's just how you put them together, basically. So you may have some days that you're like, oh, I look so good today. day, I feel so good. I mean, lots of compliments. And then other days you're like, oh, I just feel like I don't know what's off. And that could be just the coloring. Literally what you're wearing for makeup and what you're wearing for clothes. So I'll also be sharing some fun trends through this fall season, but also they are going into the early part of our winter season also too. And then we'll have some new trends come the new year in 2025. Okay, so let's dive into our eyes first. Okay, so how to keep our eye makeup on and make it wear longer and make it look the best that it can look. We are going to apply 2 concealers. Now these 2 concealers, this one is called an under eye corrector. I'm just gonna put some on my hand so you can see it. It's called the under eye corrector. And this one is our concealer. Now I'm using a very, very light concealer. So this is another little trick with a very light concealer. You can actually make your eye color pop a little bit more when you do that. Oh, mine's getting really low. So you can see I have a little bit of each, and I'm gonna mix them 50-50. Why do I have 2? Because I wanna get rid of all the different discoloration within my eyes. So I'm gonna grab some here and some here, and I'm gonna mix them about 50% each. So the under eye corrector actually gets rid of any blue, purple tones because it has a peach undertone. So there we go with colors again. Different colors correct other colors. And then I chose a light ivory, even though that would not be my normal concealer, because I wanted to make sure that I could pop my eye color just a little bit more. So I'm just applying this all over my eyelid. It's gonna help keep my eyeshadow on. It's gonna help keep it in place. It's going to help actually adhere it to my eye, so which is awesome. Now, if you have super duper oily eyelids, there still could be a couple other things that we could do, and I can go into that. You can reach out to me and ask me if your eyeshadow still ends up in the crease, if your eyeshadow still ends up disappearing through the day. We have several different little tricks that you can do, but I don't want to make this video super long for you guys. So, okay, so you can already see the difference. Look how like brighter this eye is. It's lightened it. I got rid of the discoloration that is in my eyelids that have been there since I've been 12, helped fill in this darker area in here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and apply my eye colors. So today I am wearing a warm look. So these are the shades that I'm going to be applying. So when you have your little sheet, you're gonna start with the lightest color. So you're gonna start with the lightest color, and I am going to grab my brushes, which I must have moved. Okay, so let me find those 1 second. Okay, so I'm gonna go with an all over brush, and I'm gonna do Biscotti first. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna grab this shade, and I am just gonna apply this color. It's a nice matte light color, and I'm gonna apply it all over my entire lid, all the way to my brow. But I'm gonna actually start at the lid, and I'm just gonna blend it in. It's gonna set to that concealer, and it's just gonna kind of lighten and give me a highlight color. Now I will come back with that color a little bit and be able to pop it once I add a couple other eye colors. Okay, so we're not gonna get crazy or anything. So let me grab my next brush that I must have left some of them somewhere else. Okay, so we're gonna do our mid-tone color. So our mid-tone color is gonna go in the middle of our eye. And this could actually be your darkest color if you want it to be, or your middle shade. So there's different ways to apply, but I'm gonna show you a trick. If you have a hooded eye, if you have anything that you want to bring your eyes up and open them, I'm gonna start with hazelnut. So my next color is hazelnut. I'm gonna start with some hazelnut. And this is a fun little trick to do. So you're just gonna keep your eye open, you're gonna look directly into the mirror, and you're gonna touch your eye and you're gonna dot it. Because if I close my eye and I do it all in the crease and then I open it, you're not gonna see it, right? It's not gonna be there. So I'm grabbing just a little bit of hazelnut in my color, and I'm putting a dot. I'm making a dot. It's so crazy looking, right? And then I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it back and forth. Now I'm using an eye crease brush. You can use a super fluffy brush if you want to be super blended out. But I am just doing this, not all what you can see. I'm gonna leave an edge so you can see what's happening. So I'm gonna create this across we call it the drama smudge area. It's slightly above our crease, especially hooded girls. You definitely wanna do this because it's gonna help lift your eye open. So I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna leave it like a line. It's okay. Okay, now my next shade of color is gonna be my accent color. Now, if I wanted to, I could blend this and I could be done with 2 colors, and that's it. I could do those 2 colors and be completely done. You could add some sparkle if you wanted some more shine to the highlight color if you don't want it, because these are 2 very matte colors. Okay, so the next shade that I'm gonna do is Merlot. Now Merlot is a very dark color, so I am only gonna do a little tiny bit of Merlot, and I'm gonna do it in the very corner of my eye. I can also use this eyeshadow as eyeliner if I wanted to do just the 2 colors. So let's go ahead and let's take our Merlot color. I'm gonna grab a little bit of Merlot, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply it in the very corner, and I'm gonna bring it up and touch and bring into the crease color. So I'm gonna put a little Merlot here. And so some of the trending colors this fall season, you'll see on your little paper too, depending on your, if you're more of a warm or a cool, you'll see the different trends. But red, green is in. Oh my goodness, lots of red going into winter, different tones of red, really bright red, but different tones based on what your skin tone is. Zebra print is in a little bit with, lots of different prints. You can wear more cool or more warm also too. So just know in that textures are huge. Denim on denim. Always remember though, denim on denim, you want the darkest denim on the bottom, lightest if I could talk, denim on the top. Unless you're doing white, then you put white on the bottom and you could do something darker on the top. So gray denim is in also too. Loafers are back in. Oh my goodness, with buckles and accents for sure. Okay, so I have these 3 colors on. They don't have to be perfect, remember, because we are going to blend them. So I'm going to take a blending brush and I'm just going to blend them all together. So if you have your brush at home, you can go ahead and blend them. This is where it's going to pull it all together and make it basically move from one shade to the other. And then I'm going to come back in with a little bit of my highlight color because it kind of mutes it a little bit. And so I'm going to come back in with my highlight color. I'm gonna put a little bit in here and a little bit by my brow and then blend it a little tiny bit just because I don't want no edges. Okay, so now we have some fun color on. So now we're gonna actually add a green eyeliner to this look. I know it actually has the green liquid eyeshadow that we could use. We could use it as eyeliner or we could use it as an eyeshadow and add some green into there also too. But we have a new limited edition green liner. So I'm gonna add this. Now, if you're not used to liner, you don't even have to wear a liner if you don't want to. So just to know that, I like to do a really light, soft line across my lashes and get right down in there. There's so many tricks that we have for eyeliner. If you have issues with applying it, you only have to do it on the top. You don't have to do it on the bottom. My eye shape and the way that my eyes are, I always have done the top and the bottoms on most days. I change it up though. Okay, so one way to apply, now I don't know about other formulas, so I can't speak for other formulas. Ours is actually waterproof, and it is also, will be resistant all day wear. So I don't have to worry about putting a complete perfect line on my eyes because I'm gonna take an eyeliner brush and I'm gonna soften it. Now I do have to do this right away because our eyeliners will dry and they'll be in place and you're not gonna move them. So you wanna do them right after you apply it because you won't be able to blend it. Now, if you want more of a smoky look, you can blend it out, but it's just kind of fun. It's adding that green and popping that. Now, you may notice when you're adding colors, your eye color is popping, it's changing based on the different tones that you're applying to your clothes and your makeup. You may be like, oh my goodness, my eyes look really blue today, or really green, or really brown, or really, just like whatever, they're just popping, and it has to do with the colors that you have applied on. Okay, so we have our eyes done. So if there was anything that I needed to, I could literally come in here. If you can see, I don't know if you can see it on the napkin, but from pulling that, there is some shades in there. So that's just from foliage that happened that would sit on my makeup. And I don't want it to sit there because I don't want it to give me any more discoloration than I need, right? Okay, so I'm gonna show you a trick. I am actually gonna use a liquid foundation. I know some people got liquid foundation and some got our CC cream. So they'll look like this, similar, maybe a different color packaging. This is the CC cream. This is the full size CC cream. It is one of the most popular products. It was in 2023 my best seller. So just know people love it, love it. It has great coverage. It's light to wear, easy to apply, but we have an array of different foundations from cream to powders, luminous, matte, pressed powder, loose powder, all kinds of things, CC creams. So if you got this, that's what this one is. If you got a foundation in there, it could be a luminous or a matte. So I'm gonna show you a trick, what I love to do, and I am gonna actually take, this is a powder. So this is our Silky Setting Powder. So this powder is a little bit different because it is plant-based. It is not mineral-based, it is plant-based. And I am gonna mix my powder and my foundation together. And the reason I do that is because I'm not layering it then, I'm mixing it and putting it together, and it gives me such a better coverage. And you'll see it, I actually have a picture. So if you want it, I have a picture of just foundation and then foundation mixed with this, and it just is so amazing. And it's quick and easy to apply. So I just kind of grab it, just getting it all over my foundation brush, right here on there. And then I'm gonna grab some foundation. I'm gonna put this on my hand also. And I'll show you how I apply that. So I only wanna do half of my face so you guys can see it. Okay, so make sure we got enough powder on there. I'm gonna grab a little bit of powder. I'm gonna kind of put this kind of all over my brush. And then I normally dot everywhere, but since I'm just gonna do half of my face, I'm just gonna dot half of it. So I kind of get it all everywhere where I want it, and then I'm gonna go blend it in. So I don't have a lot of foundation or a lot of powder in one area. I distribute it and then blend it in. And quickly and easily, a powder or a foundation brush, oh my goodness, makes it fast and easy. You can use a sponge. CC cream, you can use your fingers. Obviously you can't do powder with it with the fingers. I'm just get a little bit more around here and around my eye area for some foundation. And you can see it just really starts to bring things to life, right? It just makes it look amazing. I've kind of gotten rid of all, I have gotten rid of all of the discoloration around my face, so which is awesome. And I love the brush because you can get up underneath close to your eye. And it also leaves less product on your face because your fingers aren't smooth. You have oils, the more you rub your fingers against skin. And so this is just a great way. The tip is you have to wash this because it's like paint, like you've painted your wall, right? You've painted your face kind of. And so that whatever's left in here is gonna dry. And even if you wipe it out, there's still product in there. So we have synthetic bristles that mimic real hair. Our brushes are, so they can be washed. I actually use Dawn dish soap. These I'll wash every time. My other brushes I wash a deep clean once a week. So, because if you start mixing color, what happens is you start to get, just like kids in finger paint when they have the colors, all of a sudden it turns a yucky brown, yucky, dark, mucky color, right? Because you've mixed all the colors, and that happens to your eyeshadows. So if you're not washing your brushes, that can happen. Or if you're using a sponge tip in multiple different colors. Plus there's oils that build up on both of those. So just to kind of know that it really does make a difference underneath how you take care of things, but also how you're applying it and what you're using to apply can make a world of a difference also too. So, okay, so we have our foundation on, it's dry. We had our primer, our foundation, or our CC cream. And I am gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna wipe my hand off so I don't get this all over the place. Now we're gonna move into eyebrows. And so eyebrows are really amazing. Most people don't, I never realized for many years that it really did make a difference. One little tip to do about eyebrows is remember, they are sisters, they are not twins. So you are not trying to make them look perfect, like the same. They are sisters, but they're not twins, so they don't have to be the same. So we have a couple different things. We have, this is a brow pencil and a brow gel. You can use them both. You can use one or the other. Brow gel's quick and easy. You can toss it on. What you're doing is you're just coloring basically the hairs that you already have there. And so what that does is, mine is a new one, so I gotta wipe it off because there's a lot on that little tube, and this is a really dark color. So I don't like to waste product. I love to give people tips on how you can save on your products and what you can do with them. So I like to wipe this one off. So I'll show you a little bit with this one and the pencil, and then a little trick on how to make sure that it looks more natural and it's not painted or drawn on also either. Okay, so this is a tinted, they come in different shades, tinted brow gel. And I like to start in the middle because I don't want to get a ton of color like boom right there. So I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to really lightly cover my lashes, make sure I don't get my hair there. A little trick with this too, because it should be about matching your hair color. So if you color your hair like I do and it starts to grow out and you don't have it colored yet, you can actually use this to kind of hide those gray hairs also too. So you can see I'm just very, if you can see, I'm super lightly. I am not touching my skin with this. I'm not trying to draw this on my skin. All I want to do is color the hairs that are already there is all I want to do. So this is also going to hold them in place because it's a brow gel. So it's going to hold them on in place. Now, I also like to use the pencil. You can use the pencil first. You can use it afterwards. It doesn't really matter. You can use one or the other because I do have a couple spots that are now the more mature that I'm getting that they just tend to not really have any hair there. But you can start to see it really starts to fill in by just the brow gel. So now if I wanted a little bit more, once that dries, I can grab our precision pencil and I can go in with this and fill in the areas. So this is more like drawing on. I like to do little sweepy strokes like it's little tiny hairs. I normally would let that dry a little bit longer so I don't end up all over my little tube, but it's okay for today. And I'm just going to mimic some hairs and fill that in so you can start to see, look at the difference. Now, we're going to let that dry for a hot second because what we want to do is we're going to brush over it and to make it look more natural. So with that being said, we're going to let that dry because I don't want to brush everything out I just put in and waste the product. So while that's drying, we're actually going to apply our mascara next. Now, if you're doing setting sprays and things like that, you do want to set your makeup before your mascara or after your mascara has completely dried. But we're going to do our mascara because another little trick is that your when you ever apply like your cheeks, which by the way, cheeks are in, cheek colors are in, they are a trend right now to have color in that area. And you see once I put things on, it just kind of muted everything, got rid of my discoloration, but I need to add some color back in. But if you've ever added your cheek color, then applied your mascara at the end, you're probably like, where'd my cheek color go? Sometimes it totally disappears because we added some elements of color in some other areas, and so it just takes it away. So then you have to add more. So a little trick to go faster is to add your mascara beforehand. I'm gonna do 2 mascaras. They always say, oh my goodness, a minimum of 4 coats. Crazy. I know. So I'm gonna do, this is just our Lash Intensity, multiple ways to apply it with the brush. I'm gonna use this one on the top. I want lots more volume. And I can flip this around and get a lot more the way the brush is designed. And so I want more. So a lot of times to know how often, do you let it completely dry before you do another coat? No, I would move to my other eye and then this one would be ready to come back to add a little bit more to it. And I'm gonna show you how to tip and all of that too. So okay, so I'm adding, you can curl your lashes before if you need to. And don't worry about this, like a big brush trying to get into those little hairs because you really can use another mascara to do that. So, okay, so I've got this on. Now I'm gonna take my Fanorama, which is a totally different bristle brush. It's a lot smaller. It works great to get into every little fine hair. Pull it through. I'm gonna go in the inner part because I'm gonna get these lashes in here that big brush couldn't do in the outer part. Add a couple more coats. And then I'm just gonna go over my Lash Intensity, and then I love to tip it. So I want to make, oops, I think I just dotted myself in there. Let's go ahead and I'm going to grab some more. And then Tip and Knit is just literally adding mascara to your very tips of your lashes. It's going to help lengthen them. So all I'm doing is just literally touching those. So if you have super long lashes and you don't want to lengthen them, then you don't have to do this at all. But if you do, it's a great way to be able to lengthen those lashes just with mascara and not having to wear fake lashes. Okay, so now we got our mascara on. That can dry, and then we're gonna go back to our brows. And what did I do with my little spoolie brush? So the brush at the end, so this brush has an angle, this has a spoolie brush. This is great for just brushing these together. It softens it and makes it look so natural, so natural. See how it just kind of softens it, makes it look so much more natural. And even if you wear glasses and you have your glasses on, it does bring everything up because I've just now literally framed my eye. I know, and it starts to look like so different. Wait till we're done, so crazy. Okay, so let's do a little bit of cheeks, but before we do cheeks, I'm gonna talk a little bit about contouring. There's lots of different ways to contour, and I'm gonna show you with a powder today on how you can do that. So I'm gonna grab a contour color, which is a matte shade. Never use a shimmer, don't use a bronzer to try to contour. It's not gonna look very good. And so I'm just gonna grab this, and I'm gonna grab it on the end of my brush so you can see it's at the very end of my brush. And I'm gonna find my cheekbone, and I'm gonna go right at my cheekbone. I'm gonna start back here for the most intense color. So in case I have too much on my brush, I'm gonna start back here. I'm gonna bring it forward. Yeah, looks like a line. It's okay, don't worry, we're not gonna leave it like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab a little bit more, and I'm gonna do this up here, because I wanna give my face some shape, right? So I'm gonna go across my hairline up here. So it's almost like you're gonna do like a 3 kind of. But I like this one to be pretty liney. Like I want it like a dramatic area that you don't see. And I'm gonna bring it down. So it's kind of like a pie shape that I'm gonna do in here and make the most intense color back here by my hairline and blend these two together. Now, the trick with this is literally, you can just give it enough to have a little bit of color. It can be enough to do dramatic contouring. There's different ways that we can use creams and things like that to contour also too. So I'm just gonna load up here. The biggest trick is blend, 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 blend. So you can see how it really starts to lift and change the face shape by just some color. It's so crazy. Now, sometimes you don't see it as much in your mirror as you do if you have a brighter light, or the daytime when you go outside, it may look a little bit different. And this is, I mean, I've done it for a bazillion years, I feel like. So remember, it does take time to learn something new for sure. Okay, so with that, now I've added some color back in. I want to go ahead and get some color on my cheeks, because remember, that's a trend right now, is cheek color. So we want to be able to do that. So, in my palette, I have, I think it's Wineberry cheek color. So I'm gonna grab some of that, and I'm gonna apply it right like to the apple area of my cheek, right above that contour color, and blend them too. Like, they're gonna go together. Like, you're not gonna have one and then the other. You want them to blend together so it seamlessly goes from one shade to the other. But I want enough color here that I see it, right? So you can see I'm adding some color back in, right? So I'll flip my brush, I'll blend these back together. If you want some highlight, oh, and this is a great time to do some highlight, right? To give a little bit of highlight around your cheekbone, your eye, down your nose, different areas that you can do that. Also, all of these colors, all of our cheek colors can actually mimic eyeshadows. They're the same Chroma Fusion color or formula. They're just in a different shade and a different shape is the only difference. So the contour color, you can use that as a eyeshadow color also too. Like, let's say you're going on a trip and you can't take a lot of stuff. Like, you're just got one little bag. There's ways that we can show you how you can use things, and you can pack less and still be able to do all of your makeup. It's so crazy. It is. So if you'd love to know some more of those tricks and trends, I do have a private Facebook group. I'll share that at the end also too. Okay, so you can start to see my starts to look so crazy, right? Isn't that crazy? Crazy, crazy. Okay. So let's add a little bit of lips because we want some color. And so you're gonna have a lip sample on your color card that looks like this. I actually have lip balm on a little bit. Let me wipe some of it off. And I have Toasted Plum. I'm gonna apply it here. Now you can do lip liners. Oh my goodness, I love our new lip liners. They are waterproof, they're smudge proof, and they have hyaluronic acid in it, so they actually help hydrate your lips. Oh, amazing. Okay, so add some color in there. Isn't that crazy how you can go from this to this and look completely different? That's why I love to do half a face, and plus I knew it would be so much quicker for you guys to check out, to watch, to go back, to replay if you need to see where do I put those colors and how do I do it. Obviously there's so many different ways and things that we can do, and I do have a private customer Facebook group. It's just called Mary Kay with Vicki Thomas. A super basic name. I did it so many years ago, but if you would love to be a part of that, we do weekly videos, we do different giveaways, flash sales, just information, fun. We do lots of different things. So if you would love to be a part of it, we'd love for you to join in. You can just check it out and see if you like it or not. But you can talk, excuse me, with Heidi, or you can search for that name and ask to be a part of the group, or just message me and be like, hey, can you add me to your Mary Kay group? I would love to be able to do that. So you can learn different tips, different tricks. We usually do a Makeup Monday. Right now we're in Merry Monday series because it's leading up to the holidays, and then Tuesday tips. But then we will be back to Makeup Mondays and doing those videos every week. And then yeah, some giveaways and fun things like that too. So check out your look. Try your colors if you haven't done so already, and this is one way to do it. And I always say it looks so crazy, doesn't it? Well, thank you guys so much for checking out this video, for seeing how to use your samples. If you need something or want something, please let me know. If you don't have these samples and you're like, oh my goodness, I wish I could have attended that, but I couldn't do it that night. Now is your opportunity. You have the video to watch. You can get the samples. So chat with Heidi or I, and we'll be able to do that for you. So thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Any questions, please, please, please reach out and ask me. I would love to answer them for you. And I hope you guys have an awesome day. I'll chat with you later. Bye.